Why hello there friends, it's Emma here, the Bookish Princess. It is National Parks Week, so I'm back with another throwback travel vlog. This is part 2 from a trip my family took back in 2017. We saw some amazing national parks out west. The Grand Canyon was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. If you haven't caught part 1 of our Grand Canyon stay and road trip, we stayed at the Tovar, we visited the South Rim and the Grand Canyon Village there. I'll make sure I link that up above. In today's vlog, we are going to watch a spectacular sunrise over the Grand Canyon. We're going to have breakfast at the Tovar, which was absolutely delicious. We're going to take a walk along the Trail of Time, and Athos is going to share some of his geological knowledge. And then the road trip continues. We drove to Las Vegas because that was where an airport was for one of my brothers to fly back. And we also hit up some other important things there, such as chocolate and church. There are 2 more vlogs from this trip coming up this week, so make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for those. I think there's some really fun footage in here, but it is admittedly not my steadiest camera work, so take that as you will. Hope you guys enjoy. So you guys, we found this little sort of higher place above the trail that we stood up there to watch the sunrise from. So we were plenty far away from the edge. It's gone back behind a cloud, but we certainly had good luck. It was really beautiful when it first came up. And I bet when it goes up above that cloud again, it'll fill the canyon with light. You guys, look at the light filtering down into that. See, that I think is just the first valley, and then beyond that point there's another drop off, so there's like another canyon. I'm out of focus, but the light is so beautiful. Just beginning to touch those slopes. It's pretty hazy, so I don't know how to feel. Is it coming this way?
No, they're coming. The two elks are coming.
There's an elk on the trail. He's eating breakfast. There is a rhythm to the erosion of the Grand Canyon.
The Shiva Temple.
See, you can hear it. Temples form when side canyon erosions create peninsula-like projections off the main rims. Shiva Temple is
pretty apparent.
that one over there. And then Isis is that one. And how do you think you say that? Cheops?
Well, I don't know.
That one right there. And look, there is us. So that Shiva Temple right there, I was thinking of that as the other side of the canyon, but it isn't. The other side is even beyond that. And they're saying that one day that temple will be as small as Isis, which will get as small as Cheops until they're all eroded into one. I would say sunrise is definitely the best time to see the Grand Canyon. Time for breakfast. Well, you guys, it's only a little bit after 10, but we really had a good morning so far. We got up early. We got up at 5 to see the sunrise at 5:20, which was so fun. We walked up the trail a little bit and found a good spot that was far enough away from the edge to satisfy my dad. And then we had, oh my gosh, such a delicious breakfast in the El Tovar dining room. I had the peach melba waffle, which was so good. It had like raspberries and peach and the best whipped cream. Although at the next table there was this lady who had what looked like eggs Benedict with avocado, and I did not see it on the menu, but I'm definitely inspired. I think when I get home I'm gonna try to make eggs Benedict with avocado. I've just been sitting out here writing some postcards and enjoying the view. Kind of incredible. I was just wondering earlier how many stories up is this? You know, like if you were looking down from a building, how tall would that building have to be to give you the same view? But then my dad was saying, well, no, it's not like a skyscraper view. It's really more like an airplane view. And when we've been looking down, we're not even seeing all the way down to the bottom of the canyon, because from where we are, we actually can't see the Colorado River. But we are going to walk further up the path and visit the visitor center and possibly the Geology Museum. So maybe we'll have a better view from down there. This is such a cute little mailbox, guys. We're gonna stop in for camps because we hear they have a national parks passport, and obviously we gotta collect all those passport stamps. Lots of fireplaces out in these old buildings. I think this building opened like 1906, right after the Tovar. Oh well, look, I think they have a timeline. We should go to the beginning of it. We're not going down to the canyon bottom or to the river, but it looks pretty amazing. Although it sounds like rafting on it. It is extremely dangerous, but it looks beautiful. Maybe someday we'll come back and hike down to the bottom, but probably not go rafting. Did they explain it anywhere? So these are the 18 layers?
Yeah.
But they don't say what each one is.
Well, you can figure it out.
You should be able to figure it out. Obviously,
sandstone.
kind of everyone knows.
Shale.
So this is one of the ones that's out there.
Here's a quartz vein in it.
A quartz vein.
Inclusion. Probably what happened was there was a fracture and a bunch of fluids kept flowing through. They would just deposit silica as they went until it choked up the whole thing with quartz.
Wow.
1.8.
Here's another rock. Wow, this is a pretty one.
Look, now we got schist. We're showing a metamorphic gradient here. So that gneiss underwent a higher degree of pressure and temperature than schist did. So that's a gradient. You're going from high to low. This is a granite, which isn't part of a succession with those two. So that's a whole new igneous intrusion there. See, those are metasedimentary rocks. They came from a sedimentary source and got later metamorphosed. That granite is an igneous rock, so it came from a lava flow. Some sort of, probably an ocean or something that deposited
Probably an
shales.
ocean.
And then you had a massive lava event, apparently. Big old igneous event. And you got
Is this part of it? The lava, the Diamond Creek granite?
Yeah, granite is all igneous in nature. So this is
Oh, granite is all lava.
Yeah.
Silly me, I just took it for granite. Oh, hey, look, there's the magma.
This is so much older. Much older.
Oh yeah, these are called parasitic fluids. Lots of feldspars in this one. And quartz. Oh, maybe there's organs in it. It almost looks like it might have organs.
What are organs?
They're little eyeballs.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't see any in this one.
Pegmatite.
So pegmatite is an intrusive rock that forms usually, like, you'll find veins of it in another rock. Like
Oh, yeah?
thin ones. So, this is a whole big blob of it. It probably was in something else, because what happens is you'll have fractures in a bigger rock. The pegmatite will surge up. So yeah, in place, that would probably be elongate, following a cracked vein going through a rock. But they just removed the pegmatite. That's probably what happened.
So we can see it and appreciate it. So basically, the first rocks on this trail are the rocks at the bottom of the canyon. And these, is that basically right, Athos?
Yeah.
So this is going to be further up in the
Yes,
canyon.
we're going up the canyon, up the succession.
We're going up the succession. Phantom
This
granite.
looks like it has less amphibole in it. You'll notice it's not
So
as black.
like if we look out
Amphibole
there,
are the dark minerals.
where's the phantom granite? Is it's pretty far down still.
Oh yeah, but it's up more. That's where the very
But up
bottom.
more.
Yeah, I don't know yet, because I'm forbidden from
He's
going into the
been
canyon.
standing at the edge of the canyon
Exactly.
long as he can remember. Never really know why. No one will let him go in the canyon. Next time we'll come prepared. I think you really have to prepare and have water and be ready, and even then it's going to be kind of dangerous and you have to be really careful. So, but someday, did you see that poster? There was one poster with probably a 26-year-old guy looking really buff, looking really fit.
The idea was they were a German tourist who had never been out here before
He
in the
looked
American
just
West.
like you. And
I
the
have
sign
extensive
said,
experience in the American West.
these are the kind of people that we have to rescue.
Yeah, but
These
they
are
don't
the
have
people that go
extensive
first.
experience in the American West.
The ones that think they know what they're doing. Look at those little bits extending out into the canyon. They got, I guess they just got more eroded than other bits.
Call them a nose.
They're called a nose. Those are very thin, sharp noses. Look at how crazy smooth this tree is. Like, it just looks so incredibly, way more smooth than you would expect a tree to be. I don't want to give myself a splinter.
Yeah, so here we have a conglomerate. You'll notice that these are some very large clasts.
Rocks.
So how did they get there?
How
These big old clasts.
How does they get
How
there?
do you get such a big clast in a rock? You need a high energy environment to move those rocks around because they're so big. So what you have is a decent sized river that's able to carry all these rocks. And it ends up dropping them all in a big old pile of mud. You can sort of, by looking at the clasts, it can tell you what sort of the nature of the river is. You'll notice that these clasts aren't all the same lithology. There are tons of different ones. So you call it a polymictic conglomerate because they're all different types of clasts. If it was one type of clast, you call it a monomictic conglomerate. So that sort of tells you that it's not a river that's just running on the surface. It probably cut deeper through a bunch of rock units. It probably ran for a long way, so it carried all these different rock units.
From different elevations,
all
maybe.
Together, and you ended up with this. I would also call it an orthoconglomerate because in my opinion, it's more class supported than it is grain supported. So those are your two options. You have a paraconglomerate where it's grain supported, or an orthoconglomerate where it is class supported.
This
So,
all
yes.
might be on the test.
This came from a fluvial environment.
What kind of environment?
Fluvial, that's what you call that.
What's a fluvial environment?
Well, it's a river, a high energy river, decent size. You can actually get conglomerates with like feet across boulders as the class. So this is actually a fairly modest one. But still, fluvial environment. This is a limestone. So it's a
But we're gonna have to narrate as we walk along.
No.
Wait, okay, so tell us about the limestone real quick.
They come from marine environments.
Oh, yeah?
Usually.
Oh, river, now, sea.
Now we've got to the ocean.
We've gotten to the
Sandstone. The ocean has gone away.
Look at the
then.
ripples
What do you
on
mean?
the top.
Probably. Actually, this could be a coastal environment. But,
Coastal?
Yeah.
Whoa, look
But
at
these are
that.
actually wave ripples.
That
If you look at the
From
side,
sand?
it's the same on both sides, so it's a wave ripple. So it probably is a coastal environment, actually. So what we
Use
had
the
over
sand?
there was a fluvial environment of the river probably leading into the ocean.
Natalie,
With the
do not
limestone where the
stand on
ocean
that
showed
rock.
up.
Oh, look at that little cave.
Look at the cave.
That is a crazy little cave. Can you guys see it? It's so bright I can barely see the screen. Wow. We're still kind of red. Oh, here, look. Find the Hakatai shale.
Oh, it's
Hakati? Is that how you say it? Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see. I like this one. It's a really pretty color. It kind of matches my dress. So we made it to the end of the Trail of Time. Now we know now we know what all the layers are, because we discovered along the way. Look at how huge. This is enormous. And we've only really seen a small amount of it. Here's our stamp, the next stamp. So we just watched the Grand Canyon, A Journey of Wonder film, which was pretty good. It was actually really cool to see footage of people like rafting down the river, because I honestly don't think I ever want to raft down that river. It seems really dangerous. Like in the film they were saying that, oh, you know, in the past like people would perish, but people still do die rafting like today. So
But it does look like it's a pretty incredible view with like the canyon rising up all around you. And I'm sure if you're careful, not everyone who rafts dies. I feel like we're watching Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. Illuminations, Reflections of Grand Canyon.
These land masses have not always been in the positions where they currently reside, or in the shapes we know today. Drifting and colliding, the continents have been in motion since they formed. Turning the clock back 250 million years, we see North America as part of the supercontinent Pangea. 500 million years ago, North America was isolated, straddling the equator, and partially underwater. To see the conditions that created Grand Canyon's oldest rocks, we must travel back even further.
This is the Geology Museum. Athos is going to give us a tour. Check it out. Apparently there's a spot where you can see the rope bridge and Phantom Ranch. Oh, there's another cave. That little point we saw from where we were before, and then the path, it looks like, goes around there, and then the suspension bridge is... I can't see the ranch though. I'm not sure where it is. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I don't see anyone crossing it though. So I don't see the ranch though. Oh, there are people there. And there's more greenery there, but I don't see any buildings. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'll show you. One more stamp here, guys.
Should I put this on the same page as the other one?
Whatever you want. Looking good. It's very hot in here. I think Athos can give us a better tour. See, Athos is our walking geology museum, so...
Yeah, I gave us a tour
you gave us a great tour earlier. That
That
actually, a lot of the stuff in there seemed like the same kind of stuff about the basement rocks and the... What is it? How do you say that? The... What's the name? The supergroup?
Unconformity, the Grand
And
Canyon
the...
supergroup.
All of that. Wow.
Yeah.
We're looking at
We're getting
the
nearer
same
to
rocks, but from a
the
different
Great Peninsula.
perspective.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, look at that path down there.
Wow. Mighty Colorado. Let's go rafting.
It's Tatooine and or Jakku, whichever one you like. There are a lot of mountains around here. I like to take this opportunity to show you some of my favorites. That one. That one over there. That one behind the other one.
Now it's on
Yeah,
fire.
that one.
Are we really about to go over it?
Yes, you're gonna see this.
Wow.
Watch your language.
Wow, so that's just a mountain. Wow, they are. See, I bet anything there's a sarlacc out there.
There's a big wall that will block your view.
Wow, don't look at the not special.
Look back that way.
see anything but the Hoover Dam's back there, guys. If you can kind of see it. Wow, it's very mountainy. What lake is that? Lake Mead. Oh, the Hoover. So that's, wow, the Hoover Dam is making that lake. Look at that plane flying into the sunset. Oh, I wouldn't have even known Las Vegas had that many skyscrapers.
Yeah, the hotels and casinos.
Look at that pink. Oh, I'm just losing it. Look, guys, this guy must have done well at the casino. Or you know what? No, I bet he owns the casino. Look at this sunset sky, guys. Look, we're near the Sunset Station. We're in Vegas. Except we're not actually going to Vegas at all, really. Las Vegas has one of the biggest airports near the Grand Canyon, and one of my brothers has to fly out to get back to work tomorrow, so we're gonna drop him at the airport tomorrow, and we're staying near this mall tonight, but there's something in this mall. It's C's chocolates, which are the best chocolates in the world, and they're only out here, I think they're California based, so they're only out here in the West. It's really hard to get them, but I'm going to eat California brittle until I can't eat anymore. Look at this, you guys. It even has an adorable storefront that's so cute. Sees a little piece of happy. Yum. Wow. That's really cool.
You have a good night, Chuck.
This time we did.
Fabulous.
These are really good too, guys. Chocolate lollipops. Yum. They were the nicest ever. They gave us like 5 samples of chocolate. They were just so incredibly nice. I have California brittle. I'm gonna make it last. What'd you get?
California brittles.
Yum.
And I got a few truffles.
So good.
Super.
Wow, that's kind of a tacky looking castle. No offense. Okay. Well guys, today we're heading to the Catholic Church right over there. See, is that supposed to look like a Mario 64 type castle? It reminds me of a Peach's castle, but it seems like it should probably remind me of something more elegant. No, so not Peach's castle. Even Peach's castle is classier than that.
Close down.
So we've come to Vegas.
Or got sold.
Bought C's candies. We've gone to Mass. Pretty much all the important things. But there's one more thing we're going to do now. There's a 24-hour Fat Burger here. It's open 24 hours. It never closes off. So it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'm always hungry for a Fat Burger. Here it is, guys. We found it. Oh, guys, I almost want to try the Eggs Benedict, but how can I not get a Fat Burger? These must be all the Fat Burger locations. Guys, we've just been laughing at this. That picture, they should have picked a different angle because the most prominent thing in it is not their hamburger chain. Wow, that's just a sad looking monorail, guys. To be honest, coming here doesn't make me sorry that I give Disney all my money. Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna run into some Tusken Raiders. Don't you think?
There's one standing up there.
That was a really bad Tusken Raider sound. Wow, these are quite some cliffs.
windows don't get weathered as much. Yep.
It almost looks like a screen. So Athos says this is all sandstone. That's very smooth. That's been smoothed down better than the rest of it. But because it's the desert, it hasn't had trees and things growing on top of it, and trees cause it to
Trees will break up the rock.
trees will break up the rock.
Less breakage going on.
So these mountains are maybe bigger than other mountains that have trees might be.
Well, they're just more, they look like this because it's all, like, it hasn't been broken up at all. Like, those cliffs might have been a lot more smoothed out had
Oh, I see.
been somewhere with more rain and more plants growing on.
Whereas it's more jagged because it hasn't had anything to soften it up. Those are some beautiful layers right there.